scratch my whatever face, whatever. So I've done with that. Let's move on. So hello everyone out there in my immense, huge, adorable YouTube premise and hall in Istanbul internet land. I'm Al. What did I say? I probably should have said like thanks for having me on, and I'm thanking to myself for having me on this program on my own creation. I dragged it into my life intentionally to advance my American. If you're my attentive viewer, not necessarily probably too attentive, but if you follow what I do, that probably that's good, and let's just do our current video shoot about nothing as regular. And I just say that I always find some errands to be on those during my daytime, and during the nighttime I mostly sleep, and I'm having dreams while I'm sleeping, and those dreams mostly related or utterly related to girls and probably pornography. If you relate with what I'm saying, if you're a man, that probably you are getting what I'm saying right now, and I'm always getting sidetracked by being sidetracked. And this video shoot is not an inclusion out of set of rules, so that go in a line. Now I can do those rules of my own creation and my silly attitudes as I do them pretty much, but I should say that I do what I want, and that's mainly the main thing for me, and I highly recommend doing the same. Like what you want, that means a lot to you, and do that with full soul and perseverance, and you'll be accomplishing your goals of your life very soon that way. Yes, and I mix my activities as for my or whatever entrepreneurial side, and I mix them and match them, trying to fit them into my intraday schedule of coding, which I do for the recent time pretty often. I should say got into the habit of doing so, and that appeals me a lot, because the more I do, the more great rounds I kind of encounter in my life, in my coding life. I'm a junior front-end developer, and as my profession name goes, like front-end junior, front-end again developer, and as I meet those great rounds, and that's the huge and good challenge to me, for me, because that's my point when I do something that I've never done previously, learn something new, and embed that piece of code into my project and make it that piece to operate well with all the structures that I've had previously on that project, and embed that neatly and follow what this piece of coding does in my intra premises of my project, projects of my own creation, and if it does well, that's probably I'm going to keep it in my project, and if it doesn't go well, then I will exclude it out of my whole or just page of my coding of my code on that component, and it will not serve good there probably, and I exclude it, and I can try something else that way that allows me to do that. That takes time, that takes my brain cells strength and stretching those brain cells, but I like it a lot. And I kind of watched some footage that programmer probably at in Facebook or in Google, they only code for half an hour, not half an hour, 1 hour and a half, then they do kind of break, they do coffee, they do masturbation, and they go out, they grab something, they exercise, and then they do masturbation again, no can do and then they get back again to their desk to be doing coding, and that second session also lasts within 1 hour and a half, and the total amount there in front of the screen not more than 3 hours during the intraday working schedule, which is assigned to be around 8 working hours within each working day. And that is not a surprise to me, but how we do in my country, they oblige all the developers probably move their mouses to track their time while they are in front of PC doing something not necessarily useful and something coherent, that they oblige them to move their mouse for that tracking program to get that movement as a sign of your whatever scientific fucking activity as for doing your coding, but it doesn't fucking contribute to the full project accomplishment or not, neither good things coming with that. If you do that only for the purpose of tracking your time in front of the PC, you do not think deep. But if you do think deep, you cannot sit just without stopping for 8 hours in front of your screen and do something good, because it doesn't work that way. You have to stretch yourself, but not to that extent. And they are those big, huge companies with the names of the that are usually recognized throughout the globe. Those companies like Facebook and Google, probably they arrived to that conclusion that their developers should rest within working hours, or not less, not if not more than they sit in front of the screen and doing their coding or activity particularly, and that counts like working hours, and they do contribute that way. They strengthen their brain or abilities, but they do that for a pretty limited period of time, and that allows them to be very productive, very fucking extremely productive within those sessions of 1.5 hours being put together within the intraday schedule, like two sessions. So each of those sessions is estimated like 1.5 hours, and they together comprise 3 hours of working, particularly on the project within bigger like scale picture being like 8 hours scheduled to be like working hours within daytime. If you got everything what I said, probably you're Native American. If I've been so clear to your ear, then probably you may subscribe and subscribe, do what you want. As I'm doing my coding now, I have to gather more and more, so that I say that I have to do that. I'm doing that subconsciously because I'm pulled to that stuff in a natural way. Nothing nudges me, nothing compels me. I'm just there, following my will, following my whatever free choices in my life. And guys, what I should say, fucking what I want, I fucking said it. I don't like fucking word that is stuck to me today. No can do. If you just disagree about something, if you agree on my point, you may hail me, give me a sign of you being there, and give me a like, dislike, whatever attitude you have. Do that. You have my permission to do so. Until my subsequent video shoot, I'm saying night and shit and flat that goes along this line, so I already wrap this shit up. It's late on my floor right now. It doesn't block our ways anymore. We can do it while or pushes live tracks, whatever we want. Be there, do what you want, practice. Just do what you want, and that's it. No, I can say no more things can I say about it. What I've already said. Besides what I already said. Be good, and I got a roll. Stay to my channel. Thanks again for being with me tonight. For instead of we're pressing my American. Be good, and peace out. Stay tuned and on to the channel. Be good, and thanks again for being with me tonight. See you around, guys and gals, very soon. Pleasure.